Crap, I'm lost. See all the little solid bridges? That's really throwing me off. I came at this from a different angle than I was used to. So I'm kind of... I think that's Interstate 805. I think, yeah, it's 805. Oh, no, this is actually what I was looking for.
500.
We're gonna crash. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Whee! So this is San Diego. Really close to downtown San Diego.
Delta November. 120 decimal tree for generic 6-1 uniform.
That's downtown San Diego in the distance.
Generic 6 Delta November traffic is 6 o'clock tree miles at 800 feet.
It's not where we're landing, though. We're not done
Report
yet.
them in sight. Generic 6 Delta November traffic is 6 o'clock tree miles at 1,200 feet. Generic.
So much talking.
Report them in sight.
Oh, no, that wasn't the right place. So, coming up on the left, Scripps Mercy Hospital. That's where I used to work way back when, about 20 years ago or so. That's not the building I worked in, though. The building I worked in is those orange roofs down there. Sitting, you can't tell it from up here, but they're sitting right on the side of the hill. Very fun when an earthquake's hit. That's actually the building I used to work in. That's the airport we're supposed to land in eventually. See, I wish we could take a car along that road, and you can see how scary it was for those buildings. Because they're literally sitting on the side of the hill.
Cessna 166 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 400 feet generic. Report them in sight.
So we're actually gonna go. We're gonna go buzz University of California, San Diego. It's actually where I went to college, or at least the second half of my college career. Truck simulator. I don't have any truck simulators. I doubt they have that road anyway.
Generic 4 Romeo Mike.
Well, they might, because it's a
1
freeway.
miles east.
They might have it.
And maintain 13,000 feet.
Depends on how
Expect
detailed they are.
Miami Alpha approach via Mike Zulu Bravo transition. Circle to land runway 26 right. Clear to Mike Zulu Bravo.
Oh, and that's Mission Bay in front of us, completely man-made.
You are 1 mile east
Oh,
ground.
there we go. This actually that little island in the middle of the bay there, that is Fiesta Island. The videos with the dogs at the beach, that's where it takes place. Because there's the far side of the island is the dog beach, and that's actually like I said where those videos were taken.
Generic 4 Romeo Mike acknowledge last transmission.
Yeah, this is Fiesta Island, completely man-made, just like the Mission Bay is pretty much man-made as well. They just basically dredged out of the sand and they shipped it down south to make the Silver Strand. And then that beach right below us, not that big blank spot, that's part of the dog beach sort of, and then that along the water, that's actually where that whole strip, that's all the dog
Generic
beach.
4 Romeo Mike, please acknowledge.
And that's SeaWorld over to the distance. Once there was a Michael Bay, but it exploded, yes.
Traffic is 6 o'clock 4 miles at 1,100 feet generic.
How long do you have to drive to get here? About 30 minutes, depending on traffic.
Generic 29er Lima have the traffic.
Nope, it's not that far. No, we're lucky because it's basically we hop on the 52 freeway that runs just south of our city. We hop on that, we take it all the way to the coastline, to Interstate 5, and we take the 5, and there's an exit that gets right down onto Mission Bay. This is 5 actually in front of us right here.
Frequency change approved.
Down below us, that's Interstate 5. This runs all the way from the Mexican border all the way to the Canadian border. And this is actually a fault line. This is the Rosecrans fault line below us. Interstate 5 is built on it because, you know, people are smart. Although it hasn't had any earthquakes in who knows how long.
Generic 29er Lima traffic is 6 o'clock 4 miles at 1,100 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Oh, shoot, I forgot. Oh, no, we're here. So anyway, this freeway that's coming up to our right, that is the 52. That'll take us all the way back to where we started. But we're going to take a little bit of a break here and see if we can find some stuff. Because I used to live in this area. My mother, well, say, my mom, my brother, and I, we lived in, this is Claremont Mesa. When we first came to San Diego, this is the area we lived in. My grandparents lived here, and my mom's sister and her family also lived in this area too. Now it's just a matter of finding where we actually lived. I think we lived down this way. Might have to do a circle or two. Actually, no, we don't. So, that little complex down there, that is the elementary school I went to. That is Walt Whitman Elementary. And we used to live right on the corner, on the right across the street. So the house right underneath the wingtip there, that's the house we lived in, although it was very different back then. It's been modified. And then around the corner, going back that way, is where my mother's sister lived, and my grandparents lived over in this area. So we lived literally within blocks of each other. They lived somewhere down here. I think they lived right in that little spot there somewhere. So again, it's just like it was
Delta 2125.
where I lived, my mom's sister around the corner, and my grandparents like 3 blocks away. So anyway, back to UCSD.
Clear to Mike Zulu Bravo.
There's a little bit of traffic on this road. On which one? Yeah, we had to go so far to school. But,
Tower on 118.3 Delta 2.
forgot to show off the junior high we went to. But that's a little farther away. It's not too far. 5th. Oh, the 52nd? Or 52. Yeah, that's the freeway down below us to our left. Yes, look at all the desert. Not a tree in sight. No water either. Not a tree in sight. No people either. And for the record, San Diego is what, the 8th largest city in the United States, I think? It's the 7th or the 8th largest city. So there's a few people that live here. Just sand and green painted rocks. Yes, that's what it is. Sand and green painted rocks. You're just jealous because we actually have hills and stuff. And an ocean. Okay, so going up this way, get up to UCSD, which is going to come up in front of us here fairly quickly. Or is that over to the right a little bit more? Maybe a little right. This always feels so much farther flying than it does driving. It really does. Okay, so down in front of us, that is University of California, San Diego. That's where I spent my second half of my college years. It's a fairly large campus because it's all of this. The campus I was actually based off of was right there to our left. Because it's actually, I think they're up to 6 colleges technically. And I went to Muir College way back when. So again, this is all UCSD all around us. Oh, and there's our world famous library. It's been in movies and TV shows and everything. Oh, shut up. We're not stalling. Okay, and then over on the left is,
500.
is the right spot? Yep, this is the right spot. So that complex on the left, that is Scripps Memorial Hospital, La Jolla. I technically didn't work there, but I spent a lot of time there. Because it's one of the hospitals I supported. And then that little building right directly below us, coming up right there, that's the corporate headquarters, which I was technically based out of, but didn't work from. So how about that? Okay, so that's still Interstate 5 below us, and then right across, coming up in front of us, that's 805, which is a split off from the 5. Where else do we want to go? Go buzz downtown San Diego? It's not that far away.
500.
No, that's another hospital. Which hospital is that? It's 805. It's going to be 8. No, sorry, that's 52. Which hospital is this? Oh, it's Qualcomm. It's one of Qualcomm's corporate headquarters. It's not a hospital, it's a helipad. You can land a helicopter up there. I forget Qualcomm was here too. Do we all know what Qualcomm is? It's the company that's going to buy Intel. That's how big they are. Is this place you got the dogs from around this area? No, that's actually closer to where we started from. No, this is what they call the Golden Triangle area. It's gotten bigger over the years. Basically, the Golden Triangle is where freeways make up the sides of the triangle. Basically, the 52, which is that one right here, is the bottom part of the triangle, and then the 805 that running right there that you can see farther to the west, and then the 5, the Interstate 5, which is closer to the water. The 5 and the 805 meet at a farther northern point, which is the top of the triangle. And the reason they call it the Golden Triangle is because it's where the bulk of the businesses in San Diego, the big businesses are. And so that's why they call it the Golden, because that's where all the money is, business-wise. And that's another airport here, not the one we took off from. That is... Which one is that one? That's Montgomery Field. No, sorry, that's Miramar. That is where the movies, the Top Gun movies, is supposed to take place. That's Miramar. That's Marine Air Station, Miramar. Back in the 80s, it was a naval air station, but the late 80s, early 90s, the Marines took it back because technically it was there from the beginning. And, yeah. Hey, Jeff, welcome back. So this...
Cessna 166 traffic is 8 o'clock 3 miles at 2,100 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Now, I think this is the 163. There's another freeway below us.
Cessna 166 have the generic in sight.
What, Miramar? I've walked on it in real life. I've been in some of the buildings on Miramar. My grandfather was a lieutenant commander in the Navy. And he used to take us on the base all the time when we were kids and stuff. This just show us around. So yes, I've actually been on the actual runway. And plus they do an air show here every year. which was actually a couple weeks ago with the Blue Angels and other stuff. I haven't been since the early 90s because you've been there once, you've been there all the times you need to go. That's the airfield I was actually thinking. That's Montgomery Field there to the left. And then we're going this way because... So Children's Hospital, actually Sharp Memorial Hospital. So this is where Children's Hospital is when we do the fundraising stuff. They're basically the northern part of this campus, but they're actually technically part of the Sharp Memorial Hospital campus. But the Children's Hospitals and stuff, those are those buildings down there. Is that the football stadium where Gimpy made a name for himself? No. Oh, we didn't even go over the football stadium, did we? Yeah, we can actually... Yeah, we can buzz the... I wonder if they had finished... When they took this picture was the new stadium was built. Because in the 2020 version of Flight Simulator, it's nothing but dirt, because at the time they took the pictures and stuff, the stadium... Oh, apparently... No, that's not the stadium. I don't think. Is it? Is it? I don't know. Is this... That's Interstate 8 below us, I think. Yeah, this is San Diego River below us.
Cessna 166 have the traffic.
Yeah, I don't know what all this brown stuff is down there. I don't know if that's supposed to be... I don't think that's where this new stadium is. I think it's supposed to... There it is. In front of us. Did they?
Generic 7 Delta Delta traffic is 6 o'clock 4 miles at 1,000.
That's more like a creek, because there's no water in it.
Report them in sight.
There's some water in it. Shows the place where I've been. We already flew over it. Rules. Okay, so this is where this...
Generic 7 Delta Delta have the generic in sight.
Is this right? So I don't know what's going on down there with the stadium. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be.
Hey, Gimpy.
Oh, that's
It
a
is
very
time to
old
take a
picture.
break.
Oh my god, that's an old picture.
This break supports the purchase of Rocket's treats. If you would like to help Rocket feel like a puppy again, please visit gimpyme.com/support or type !treats in chat, or you can watch the ads during the break. Thank you.
So, back in
Your next break is in 1 hour.
Flight Simulator 2020, this is all a dirt field there, because there's actually a new stadium that's been built, and it's not this. This is actually the old stadium before it was torn down, and there's not supposed to be any trees there or anything. I don't know where they got this from, but this is actually from when the San Diego Chargers still lived here. As you can tell by the field down there, it says San Diego Chargers on it. 'Cause that's where they used to play football. This stadium doesn't exist. It didn't exist. It hasn't existed for 5-6 years minimum. So I don't know where they got that from. But the trees, I don't know why there's trees there. Is that Rome? No, that's a stadium. That stadium was capable of holding approximately 70,000 people. And we have all that space because tailgating.
Delta Delta traffic is 5 o'clock 4 miles at 800 feet generic. Report them in sight.
So. Oh, we're supposed to go land still.
SoCal approach generic November 1487 Victor is type generic 1 miles east of Brown 1. Generic November 1.
Yep, it's a lot of space. But anyway, now that's that area is actually occupied by what they call Snapdragon Stadium. It's owned by San Diego State University. It's where their football team plays. Of course, their football team played at that stadium too. But now they have,
Generic 87 Victor radar
like I said,
contact.
the Aztecs plays there, football, and as well, it's also a soccer stadium too. All our professional soccer teams play there. All, the women and the men. And the new stadium only holds like 40,000 people, I think. It's much smaller. Much, much smaller.
Cessna 166 7116 traffic in sight.
Generic 7 Delta Delta. Generic 0 Sierra Echo traffic is 2 o'clock 2 miles at 3,400 feet. Generic. Report them in sight. Generic 0 Sierra Echo contact approach on 119.5. Good day.
40,000 people in a stadium isn't that
Generic
much.
87 Victor.
The sports arena, which is an indoor facility, holds like 9,000 people.
119.5 for generic 0 Sierra Echo. Generic 87 Victor traffic is 5 o'clock 2 miles at 700 feet. Generic. Report them in sight.
Oh, that's one of our TV stations coming up there on the left. They've got a helipad there you can land on if you got a helicopter. We're headed down to the water, though. That's downtown San Diego to our right. So all the green stuff come up in front of us. So that U.S. Naval Medical Center, that's our Navy hospital. Concert in 2019 had 750,000 attendees. That's quite a few. So anyway, what's coming in front of us around that, where the hospital is? Behind it, that's Balboa Park. That's where the San Diego Zoo is. Used to take the dogs for walks there too. Oh, in Tokyo, that doesn't count. So that's a few too many people. Guess this one's channeling up.
Generic 7
Yeah, we're
Delta
slow.
traffic is 12 o'clock.
Wanna go
4
buzz the
miles at
bears in the zoo?
3,600 feet. Generic. Report them in sight.
So that's below us. That's Balboa Park. There's museums and everything. All those buildings down below us are pretty much museums and stuff.
Generic 7 Delta Delta
And
have
the zoo
traffic.
is just to the north of it. That's a parking lot for the zoo. Our zoo doesn't have that much territory, does it? But anyway, all that green stuff below us, that's the zoo. See, that's all the zoo below us. Wow, there's so much stuff here. It's so laggy. Can we see a rhino from the plane? No. What's the oldest part of the city? That would be Old Town, and that would be off to our right.
425 miles southeast. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS Zulu runway 9er approach via Mike Zulu Bravo transition.
They're telling me to come in from that
Clear to Mike
direction.
Zulu Bravo. FlexJet 438, you are 4 miles east of Lindbergh. Contact Lindbergh Tower on 118 decimal tree when inbound on the approach.
No, I don't want to. Another helipad. Okay, so there's again. We have two hospitals really close to each other. One I worked at, and the other one is.
Cessna 166 traffic in sight.
Tower on 118 decimal tree, FlexJet 438.
Part of San Diego down off the left wing, all through that area there. Where do we need to go to see ancient buildings? There are no ancient buildings here. The oldest ones are, like, I wonder if we'll be able to see it. Now, there is a building in this green area here. It's called the Presidio. It was built by the Spanish back in, 1700s, something like 1700s, I think. I think that's it right below us. It's basically like a watch point or a watchtower type deal. It's basically a fort. Its job was to protect the coastline from the evil invaders that might have been coming across the water, coming from the water.
Cessna 166 traffic is 9
Yeah,
o'clock,
there's
4
that
miles.
building, and then we have the San Diego Mission, which is
Report them inside.
farther back that direction. I don't know if you can see the little hills back there in the background. Not quite that far is where the Mission, and the Mission is the same age as the Presidio. Yeah, I'm supposed to be landing. Oh, and then off to our left there, that is Coronado Island. And on that island is a Navy air base, as well as, that's a naval base. There's carriers that are parked there and everything.
Traffic is 4 o'clock, 4 miles at 1,700 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Cessna 166 have the generic in sight.
That's the international hot. The first MS walks that I went to took place down there. Is that right? No, wait a minute, that's not right. No, it is. Yeah, that's the right spot. So some of the pictures you'll see in some of the slideshows and stuff were taken back from 2011, 2017, 18, somewhere around there. Took place on those little green spots down here. That's where the MS walks for San Diego are held every year. And the route here is they go out, they walk down that road by the tail, they go back. Actually, no, they come this way, walk around that road, cross that bridge around the water, go to like the front of the state, in front of the airport, turn around and come back, type deal. You think that this whole area looked different in the times of the Mission and the Presidio? I'm going to go with yes. Mainly because this little strip wasn't here. This is all man-made below us. This is one of the marinas we have. That's downtown San Diego, of course. And then Coronado Island was here. But see that little strip going off into the distance? That's the Silver Strand. That wasn't there. That's all man-made. Oh, then I guess we go check out the Coronado Bridge too, which is. Oh, and we can also go check out the Hotel Del. That's not too far away. The Hotel Del Coronado. Okay. So if you want to live in a fairly expensive place to live, this is one of those places. There is no cheap property on this island. There's no cheap property on this island at all. Did you at any point wanted to own a boat? God, no. I'm not a boat fan. In all honesty, I'm not a boat. I've been on boats, many boats in my life, but I've never been a fan of boats.
Generic 87 Victor contact Los Angeles Center on 1 tree for decimal 575. Good day.
So we're coming up on the Hotel Del California. Or sorry, Del Coronado. Sorry, Hotel Del Coronado. Old famous hotel down on the right.
Going to 1 tree for decimal 575. Generic 87 Victor.
Don't know what that's there for. Oh, it actually says Coronado. Nice. But anyway, that's the Hotel Del right down there. All the orange. Been there. Haven't stayed there, but been there. It's kind of expensive. And again, this is the Silver Strand. It goes all the way down to basically just above the Mexican border. Because that is Mexico in the distance on the horizon. That's Tijuana. Oh, we got an amphibious base. So all this area around here is either shipyards or naval bases.
Cessna 166 traffic is 12 o'clock 4 miles.
This is where the ships get built.
500 feet generic. Report them in sight.
And that's the Coronado Bridge there. Nice straight bridge, as you can see. Been across that a few times over the years. You used to have to pay to get across it, but it has been free for a number of years now because the whole idea of the tolls was to pay for it, and that's all taken care of now. So you don't have to pay to cross it. Are those beaches open to the people? Yes. Yes, they are. Been on them. Yeah, it's called a toll bridge, Jeff. Oh, I like how they have a Navy house, or one of the hospital ships here. The hospital ships that you may have heard of in the past, the Mercy and what's the other one? I don't know. There's a couple of hospital ships. Sorry, hospital ships for the Navy were built here in San Diego, and that's. I don't know why they have one here in the dock or here, unless they were docked here at the time. Because this is a naval base. You can see all the ships, and then so all the smaller ships park here. The big boys park over at Coronado. You're paying the troll that is taking care of the bridge. Exactly. Oh, and this is downtown San Diego in front of us. And that little structure just over our nose, that's the San Diego Convention Center. That's where Comic-Con San Diego takes place every year. With TwitchCon this year was actually in that building. The white building, not that little piece of crap there. Oh, and that is what is it? Qualcomm. That's Petco Park. That's where the San Diego Padres play, as well as some other stuff. Concerts and stuff happen there. And actually, off the left wing there, that's another place. That's an open air amphitheater. They do concerts and stuff during the summer, right there on the water. It's pretty cool. Haven't been to one yet, but someday. Again, downtown San Diego, right there on the water, and the airport. So, what else? And yet we do have. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a carrier right there. That's the Midway. It's USS Midway. It was officially retired a number of years ago. It's now a museum, just like me. I was kind of hoping they're going to have a carrier parked here right here, but it looks like they've been blocked out. Because if they normally the real carriers, the active carriers, this is where they park. They park at North Island, right there along the water. All through here is where they park. But they're not showing them there because that might be a national security thing. That what the carrier is? It is. That's the Midway. That's a Vietnam-era carrier. Yeah, there's the detail missing there because, again, this is a naval base. This is a naval base. So it may... And it's a very important naval base. And there's actually a number of bases in this area. Like I said, that's all North Island, and then what we flew over back there, that's another one, but it was kind of generic stuff. And then it's up here. Yeah, we're coming up on there's actually a submarine base in front of us past this little area here. Bigger than anything Canada has. Well, it's a carrier. It's an old one, too. You should see the real ones. The newer ones are friggin' huge. Concrete rear side with carriers, yeah. Which shouldn't be there in Google Earth. That's a thing. See the little splotches in the water there? That's actually a submarine base. All this area here, again, is more... the subs right there below us. This is where the subs park. How do I know? Because I've seen them. I've walked along that area before. You can actually see the subs from the sidewalk. So... a boat with sails, yes. We have it's the Star of India. Actually, no, there's other ships too. But we have all kinds of ships with sails. And this is actually Point Loma? Yeah, Point Loma coming up. There's actually an old lighthouse up here on the top of the hill. Been up here more than once. Yeah, the Star of India is an old... Well, it's been rejuvenated and all this other fun stuff, but it is a sail ship, yes.
Cessna 166 have the generic in sight.
This is touristy stuff here, and this is Rosecrans. There's actually a big cemetery, military cemetery up here. But this is technically Point Loma. The lighthouse. Is that a lighthouse? I think that's technically the modern lighthouse. I'm gonna crash this thing, watch.
Traffic is 6 o'clock 3 miles at 1,400 feet generic. Report them in sight.
So from up here, again, this is, touristy stuff.
Generic Niner 16 traffic.
Those buildings right there, you see basically right down onto North Island from here. It's all Coronado. Gimpy is not going to crash, is he? 8-Ball has my back.
Is 10 o'clock 2 miles at 2,400 feet generic. Report them in sight.
So where else should we go? As you can see, definitely not a desert. Definitely have trees. Lots of trees.
Generic Niner 16 traffic in sight.
Now we can head out to the desert. You passed the bike accident area? Oh yeah, we did that a little bit earlier, Jeff, before you got here. That's actually on the way here. I need to take a break. Maybe they'll let me land up North Island. And the football stadium where it became famous. Again, that was earlier in the stream.
Cessna 166 traffic alert. 12 o'clock, less than 1 mile, 1,500 feet generic. Report them in sight.
This is so gonna go horrible. Kill that engine. Level out. Oh, look at all the planes I'm gonna run into. This is gonna go well. Whee!
Stall.
We're in trouble. Maybe. Too bad. Oh, they are really maybe there. How's that for a landing? Ta-da. Computer did not appreciate that. So technically didn't crash. It was a perfect landing. Now how do you turn the engine off on this thing? We don't have to. We can just stop there. So, and it's a shorter walk to your car. It is. Welcome back to Spiritor. It's definitely a shorter walk. Government watch list. They should be driving over to pick me up right now. So anyway. We'll just end the flight here because we successfully didn't crash. And I'll take a break and come back. Maybe we'll take another vehicle out and fly over approximately where I live. Which we already did technically. Didn't take my family? I know, lucky them, huh? Anyway, I do need to get up, stretch my legs, get some water. I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching, and be back shortly. And enjoy the dog video.